Yeah, let's see, 1983, so 17 and 23. Has not been ridden in 30 years.
40, right?
Is it 40 years?
83 to now?
17 and 23. Oh yeah, 40 years. He's only been ridden 4 times in his life, and those were all about 5-mile rides. Everything was beautiful. I'd get it out, fires right up, and we go to the desert, and we go about 5 to 8 miles, and being in Arizona, it's kind of hot, and all of a sudden ignition just goes dead. And that's it. It's not going to run again, and it's brand new. So it has a total of 47 miles on it, and 23.5 miles of that would be on a tow strap. So after 3 attempts, I just went down and bought another motorcycle. And it's been sitting ever since, waiting for this day.
Waiting for someone who just couldn't stand the thing not running.
Yeah, we got to get that thing going.
I don't know if I'm man enough to get it up anymore.
Completely rotted.
No, it got brittle.
Yeah.
Well, it's been sitting here. It's been sitting right here for 20 years on that stand. This was one of the fixes. It will vent it so it won't get hot.
Yeah.
Halford did this. Should we take it down to the shop? It has original air in the tires. It's original air.
Clutch stuck. We'll worry about that later.
Once it starts, little warm oil will free the clutch up. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe these little rubber bands are still here.
It's just for looks right now, I think. I think anything we touch is it's good.
Well, yeah, all I plan to do is change the oil.
You want to pull the carb?
Then pull the carb.
All right.
Dusty day 40 years ago?
That's all loose, so this should come right off.
Yeah.
I think the drain plug's a 19, and then the skid plate is Allen.
Do you know these from memory from back in the day? Motor mount bolt goes right through the skid plate?
Uh-huh.
That's very interesting.
This is aftermarket. This was a Husky dealer named Uptight Husqvarna that built those. Look at that, rock and roll.
Well, what the heck size is that, John?
Maybe it's American.
I want the next little one.
This is a 5, but the 4 is missing.
It was there. Here it is.
Larry, I thought you'd have your leg up during this and you'd come out to a running bike. I didn't know that we'd be putting you to work.
Well, I'm okay as long as I have a consultant here watching what I do.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be resting your leg.
Well, I am resting it. See how
Meanwhile, we come over and there's a ladder like that going up to the roof.
There we go.
Do you think brand new 40-year-old oil looks like brand new no-year-old oil?
Well, let's see if we have any oil.
Not horrible, huh?
No, looks pretty good. Well, it only went 23 miles. There's no oil pump because they said a piston is a pump. If we want to pump something, we'll use a piston. What do we need a separate, complicated, another piece oil pump for? So this whole thing oils. There's a reed valve for the oil from the gearbox. And when the piston goes down, it closes that reed valve. And when it comes up, it opens the reed valve, and the piston going up sucks the oil in and then takes it to the top of the engine, and then it drains back down. That's how it works. First ones, they didn't have a spark arrestor and the bikes were catching on fire. They'd backfire and they'd catch the air cleaner on fire. And then if you weren't quick, they'd catch the seat on fire and burn down the rest of the motorcycle. And then this ignition thing, as soon as the ignitions got hot, they'd stop working. And actually, before we go too far, we should probably see if we have spark.
Oh,
What?
oil screw is still off, so I shot a bunch of oil out of the top.
Oh, it did? Out of where the filler is?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. There.
Oops, my bad.
That's right.
Well, I would have never expected that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna put this in,
Yeah.
but there is no oil in it.
Right. But that's part of that whole reed valve system.
Oh, that's probably what it
The
is.
piston came down and shot oil out. Yeah, yep,
Got spark?
yep.
Did we want to check whatever filter's in there too, or you're not that worried after seeing that oil?
I'm not worried about it. I just can't remember. I mean, I rode this bike for 4 years. Can't remember where that filter is.
You haven't even worked on many bikes since then.
All right, I don't remember. I think we just loosen that, pull it into here, and that one's loose.
Only one I see.
On the air cleaner, you see it?
Yeah, there you go. I'll get her in there.
Maybe we should just take these Allen bolts off.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to do.
It's not getting any easier.
No.
Neither's mine.
Larry wins this race.
Larry wins all the races. I don't know if it's going to separate here or neither.
I can try and hold here if you want to push the float bowl back and see if it'll separate it all from the... There you go. All those turns for nothing.
Yeah, good practice. You ready? Okay. Factory tools. I think it's a good thing we took it off.
Terrible day today, huh?
Pretty awful. Pretty awful.
You see any snow?
No snow at home either.
Oh, you didn't ever get any?
We've got a snowfall or two, but it's been pretty limited.
We've been pretty limited here this winter also.
I don't know what would be holding that.
That stuff. That's it.
Voila.
Voila.
Oh, I would bet the idle jet is plugged. That would be my bet.
First we got to find the idle jet.
I wouldn't be surprised if the main's plugged.
All right, let's go do that on the bench. A tray for the dirt to fall in?
A tray for the dirt to fall in.
You think of that ethanol in it?
They didn't have ethanol then. You see that?
Yeah. It's like petrified wood. This stuff might be collectible.
I don't know what's going to happen in the passages of that carb if it got in there, but hopefully it was just down low.
Wow. Looks like a two-stroke power valve.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing, how gummy this is there's no oil in it. You know, when you have two-stroke, you have it and the gas evaporates, the oil's left, but this is just all gas. Probably, were you running race gas, do you remember, Larry?
Definitely would not be putting race gas on my motorcycle. I wouldn't have gone to that much trouble. If I had to get race gas, I wouldn't have gotten gas.
We could probably get that jet out and take a look.
Do you think it's still under warranty?
Look at the manual.
In case you need some info on that carb.
What does it say to do with 40-year-old gas?
Here. All right.
Well, it doesn't matter because the warranty before that was pretty much once you're out of sight of your truck, the warranty's done.
Yeah.
Better than what they give you now.
Yeah.
Look how much stuff they have on training in the manual.
Training.
That's Jim Pomeroy. Came to the Husky training camp, Bull Taco Rider. How about that? So what was our 3 pages of taking care of the bike and the rest is taking care of the person?
I needed more instruction on that.
We brought the carburetor back to my dad's shop to allow Larry some time to rest his leg and let these crusty old jets soak before getting them fully cleaned out. Not long after, the carburetor was back to a state where we believe the bike should run. Here's a photo of my dad riding the same bike, and he even raced it in the Ducati Enduro. Carb ready to go, we headed back over to Larry's to see if we could hear this bike run for the first time since 1983.
The Pilot Jet, I only have one poker that's small enough for those things, and I couldn't find it. And I went back in the drawer, it came in a little brass holder, it had fallen out of the holder, so I found it. Otherwise I would have never got the Pilot Jet cleaned out. But yeah, everything looks as good as it can get, so.
You know, the difference on this side is that little guy there isn't on this side.
Right. What we're going to do is pull the carb top off, not a big deal. There you go, right there.
How many Uggy Duggies?
What's a Uggy Duggy?
It's a unit of torque. Welcome to the show, ladies.
We're the pit crew.
I have a hunch, you know, we might still get some leaks from this carb because those gaskets and the O-rings and stuff are old. I'm not sure about lubrication on the engine, quite honestly, Larry. I can't imagine anything's a problem.
Well, based on how the one kick went with that oil filler cap off, it's probably going to lubricate pretty good.
Let's push it, circulate some oil through it before we try to start it. Oh, there it goes.
Leaking?
Yeah. It's coming out the body of the carb, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. That means that the needle's not doing its job. The bowl's overfilling and coming all the way into the body.
Right, but it looks like it's slowing down.
Should we get a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, I would.
I'll go get one.
Wait, Larry's got to be here. What if it goes?
Something to stand on.
Oh, look at the fender! Feel any better?
Got a pretty good grip on herself. Yeah, we'll probably just have to ride it a little. I think the clutch will break loose without taking it apart.
40 years. Has not been started in 40 years.
Now it hasn't been started in 40 seconds.
That's good.
Is this plastic tight?
It's loose, yeah. Everything.
Let's
Yeah,
tighten
that's
that.
yellow.
Do you want to put the seat on if you're concerned about possible flames?
John, I would hate for you to get burnt.
There's not often an element of danger involved.
Well, plus we got a flat front tire. Count how many teeth are on that sprocket, okay?
Plenty, and that's just an estimate. Yeah, it's 17.
Couldn't get neutral.
Oh, what are you doing?
Watch the pipe like I just did. Let's see if I can start it up and run the gas out of it or not. I only got about 1 or 2 more kicks in me.
Maybe out.
Maybe out. It's out as far as I'm concerned.
Nice work, fellas. At least she's uncovered and she's been fired up again.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
He goes, I had one, and whenever we went riding, we had a kid in the parts department, and I always took him riding so he could start it for me. He goes, I never got one started once.